Okay. So, today I had an unusual appointment. I thought it was with my, whatchamacallit, my, psychologist or psychiatrist. But it turned out it was about my, medications and all that. Yeah. Well, he's going to try and put me on 2 different medications, right? Or a different medication, well, than what I'm on now, right? But he offered me 2 choices. I'm sorry, I got a little confused, right? One is Cloa something and one is S something, right? I think. Now, he wants me to take 50 milligrams of it, but I ain't even took it yet. So he said they normally start at 12 and a half to 50 to 25, right? So do you think I should take the 12 and a half to 25 or the 50 to 100? Probably the lower dose. Probably the lower dose. See, what they're doing is they're educated guessing. A hypothesis is all they have. Is what's wrong with us anyway. I don't know. It's like saying it's the salt that's killing you while you're eating salt, and someone telling you it's the salt that's killing you, and you keep eating salt. And eventually you die from the salt. But who's killing you? The doctor telling you you're going to die from the salt. Right. The power of life and death is in the tongue. You ever heard that phrase? Well, thanks for telling me, asshole, that I'm going to die from eating salt. That's your asshole attitude. You doctors want to know it all. Well, that's the knowledge of good and evil too. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. If you know what I mean. Okay, right. Same with you psychiatrists. You just want to medicate us all. Okay, right. I saw this Dear something movie, Hansen, right. I forgot the first name of the person, right. But surprisingly, Tammy Faye's Eyes was out this weekend, and it's supposed to come out in September. I guess it got delayed like Top Gun 2. Right. Okay. See, I guess Tom wants it to come out during the summer blockbusters and all that. You know what I mean? I figured that out too, Tom. Usually when you release your movies, ain't it? Right? During the summer. Okay. You ain't never heard of one being released around Christmas time. Because he's a Scientologist. Hello. Might be a difference of opinion there. Okay. It says movie. You gotta wait till he releases it if you want to see it. Now, you know it's going to be mirror image of Top Gun 1, right? Because that's what got you to the theaters. But it's going to be a little different. They even have him on a motorcycle with a girl. But this one was Jennifer Connelly. And not the other girl. I forgot her name. I don't remember her. I'm sorry, dear. I'm not putting you down. I'm putting down how long ago the movie was. I can't even remember your name. And you really only did that one movie with Tom Cruise. I mean, you might have done a few others, but like I said, that was the big hit of your career. But anyway. And you know it's going to be similar. And then the dude that was killed had a son on the way, and then all that, right? Drama's going to play out. I heard one of the actors is playing his son, right? Of Goose. Right? And again, right, I know that's going to be a firefight, right? Because he's going to blame Tom for his dad's death. You know, there's going to be drama. Right? And then you got him singing in the bar again, right? Cliche, Tom. But we'll still go and see it. Some of us are fans. You're fans. Know what I mean, bro? We're still your fans, even if you're a crazy Scientologist who won't acknowledge you might have mental issues. Some people do, some people don't. If you're hearing voices in your head, that's one of the signs or you're being stressed, right? Well, you can still have mental issues and not want to deal with it. Mental issues means there's things going on in your head that you can't sort out between reality and fiction, even, right? And you're acting nice women and being nice, right? Even if you're justified. But anyway. We're all different, too. I know. Now, I've never read into Scientologies or raised books or anything like that, right? But I do know my pastor, he was kind of a little quirky. He was trying to get his sailors to jerk off with him, right? And see, I never heard of that, but growing up in the South, I heard of handling your own business in the South. We know that. You sit to yourself there, right? I don't need your help there, right? I do what I do either in my bedroom or the bathroom. Well, those are the two places you do it. And you don't say nothing about it either. You don't tell nobody. Here, I'm doing it in the bathroom. I'm doing it on the bed. Right? I'm hoping the bed at night. But I have to because of that asshole. Woo. I'm sorry, but it's got to come out because he was on 2022, right? You don't know what it was really about because they're not being completely honest either. I don't know who it to say. I can't say that. But if you're taking a bunch of guys, even if you're group masturbating, ain't that weird? If you know what I mean, Tom. Seems like what he's trying to do. Me too, he wants to take me under his wing. Okay, what you mean? Well, I never heard of that, so I went into that, and you can't get me into that. And I'm the general, they're calling me the General Lee, right? Because I'm from the South. General Lee might not be as into that as you will think. himself. They call me the General. Because I was from the South. And I look well like Robert E. Lee. I can't look, I do. We both have brown eyes and so I'm more Asian looking, I think. Right. What do you think? But I'm still more mixed Caucasian too, right? Than anything. I know. But that don't mean there's no Hun blood or Attila, the Hun or any of that. What was the other one? Khan, right? Khan is an Asian name, right? And Hun, right? I don't know. But what does show up is a little bit of Arabic. We have wars with the Arabic people, so either my ancestors captured an Arabic woman, right? You know what I mean? And brought her to live with them. Or there was a male in the family that was Arabic, right? And he bred into the family. I don't know. Maybe he converted to Christianity. I don't know. We don't have a clue. As to the past, right? That's what. Now, another thing is, who's saying I can't convert to a truer form of Islam, right? Because right now they're all jihadists wanting to kill everybody. If you but insult their prophet, they want to kill you, right? Well, your prophet's like Moses, right? Or like Jesus, right? Or like the disciples of Jesus, right? They're trying to tell you a message from God. But that don't mean they're hearing God as clearly as they should sometimes, right? Now, one of the good things about a book is you can read through the book, right, to understand the book. Unless the book is so crazy, it don't even make sense to itself. Right. Now, the Bible talks about things happening in what was called the Garden of Eden, right? So does the Quran, and so does the Bible, the New Testament, right? So does the Apocryphon, right? So does the Book of Enoch, right? And the Gnostic Gospels, right? Even, right? They all talk about it in a different way, though. What are they doing? Trying to get you to see it more than one light, right? Because, see, if men are trees, and John and Jesus said every tree that brings forth not good fruit is casted into the fire, what does this mean, right? That we don't judge right from wrong? Yes, we judge right from wrong, but we don't condemn the sinner while they're sinning, right? We try to help them and work with them while they're sinning. Christ died for them too, Christians, right? You seem to forget that in your message, right? Or like Jim Baker, you go to sin, right? And you're supposed to know better. You can't take a virgin to a motel room with your friend, right? And she come back not a virgin, right? And you not have to confess that to Jesus either, right? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Even I know that, right? Now, if you commit a sin, like I said, the only way to be forgiven of that sin is to confess that sin, right? But when you're confessing something, you got to hear the details of what I'm confessing. Okay? Like with my stepdaughter, you're making me say something could have happened and I have amnesia around the time, so I don't know, right? So all I got to do is say, well, how do you know? Who are you, right? And ask you questions first, right? If you don't answer me those questions, you're confusing me from that point on. Because I don't know who the hell you are and what the hell you're talking about. Because I know my ex-wife well enough that she left me stranded in Tennessee because she was mad about something, right? If I touched her daughter sexually, she's going to be Superman, right? She's going to be so pissed off, right? But you mean because she thinks because she left me alone, right, in Tennessee and stranded, right, that she allowed me to molest her own daughter, right, to get revenge, like I would do that either. See, what I'm trying to show you is my real character. Do I look like the person who can look someone in the eye if I actually molested her daughter, besides my disabilities in my right eye or whatever? And if I touched her daughter, if I brought her to her or not, right, do I seem like the kind of person who would be able to lie my way through that without her realizing I was lying, right, that night? And wouldn't you, whether I said certain things or not? Let's say I told her grandma I showed her that, which is the only thing I can think of, as if she were to come in there, that if I was to ask the girl that genuinely, and she genuinely said grandma showed her that, because see, all I would do with her is normal things you would do with any stepchild, right? Make sure she didn't pee herself or didn't need a shower or something to eat or drink, right? Normal things. She's only 4, right? So I'm not going to be thinking of a lot of stuff I can do with her, right? Myself, right? That's all I'm telling you. You weren't there. You're not even mentally capable at 4 to understand anything I'm doing with you. If you tell your boyfriend I molested you and then I confessed it on YouTube, he ain't gonna want you. Because you're damaged goods. You're so obsessed with the idea, whether it happened or not, right, you won't let it go. And what? I want you to come back and have sex with me, or I would have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with you. You have one with me, and I can't tell you what you want to hear. Right? How I actually could have molested you without it getting weird. Because see, here's your problem. I was sleeping on your mom's couch. Right? Whereas we were in the bedroom together when she got home. Guess who you were with? Your biological dad. You can't accuse me without having to explain why no one interfered with my handling of the situation if you came in there or not, right? You can't do it. Your mom's right there, right? Why wouldn't she break it up if I really had sex with you or licked you or molested you or touched you, right? And that don't make you part of the Me Too movement. Just because you think your stepdad did something. Some stepdads do and some stepdads don't. You got to understand that too. Now mine, as far as I remember, never came into the bathroom or bedroom to mess with me. No matter what I was doing in there. Now, like if it was dinner time and I was in there, he would knock on the door and, let us know dinner time or something. But that's it. And I didn't have to deal with none of that Davis stuff till I got to Davis's church either, except once at camp, where this dude named Shane Sanders was sleeping with the camp counselor, like I said, and the camp counselor asked him if he wanted to feel something good, and we guess he was insinuating masturbation there, like Davis got his church caught up in. See, now, the reason that's a questionable thing is some people in the church don't think you can even do that. Because Paul talks about, controlling your members and stuff like that. They think that means masturbation. Right. Well, this is what Moses said, and I read it in the Old, not the New, by the way. He said, if a man see the copulation come out of him, and he's by himself, right, by the way, he implicates that too, and gets on his skin or garment, somehow, magically, I guess, we gotta, pump the oil releaser, if you know what I mean, brothers. I can't say it directly right now, because we're talking about a sensitive subject for some people, but it is medical in nature. So it's to educate you how they would talk about it, but not talk about it, you know what I mean? It's sealed, but it's not sealed. You got to go to the scripture to read it. It's in Leviticus, by the way. And what it talks about is a man getting his seed of copulation on himself before evening. Okay, so it's not evening yet when he gets his seed of copulation on his skin or garment. Now it says naked skin or garment too. Meaning he could be naked or half dressed, or it still could get on his garment, you know what I mean? If you know the handling of the situation I'm talking about. Moses might be talking about there too. But he's not saying it verbatim, is he? No. He's saying it in a kind, light-hearted way. The only other time he mentions it is if you lay with a woman, right? Okay, same thing. If your seed of copulation go out from you, and you're laying with a woman, the first one is by yourself. So you know what he's saying if you listen without him having to go into a lot of detail. But you're making me go into a lot of detail because of how I grew up in this masturbation-crazy society, one way or the other, right? Some people either don't want to do it, or too scared to do it, or do it and become criminals, or whatever you're doing, though. It's normal. Until, right, you try to hurt someone over you doing it, or murder them, right? And then you're breaking the law. Now, the magical formula, though, with Jesus on the cross ain't that he condemned what was done to him. He forgave it. Oh. He said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Right. Men have, by time from between Moses to Jesus, made up all kind of crap in religion, including Judaism. You put in there things Moses didn't even think about doing. And again, and take away from what Moses said by trying to add your own 2 cents to it, right? And you make the commandment of God, like Jesus said, of none effect, adding to the commandment of God the commandment of men. Though Moses is the one playing instead of God to you, right? So why do you treat Moses like he's a God and let him determine how you punish someone if they make a mistake, right? See, he's not your God, he's another man, right? And when you make him God and not a man, right, you're giving him power over you to control your life, right? Think about it.